Patrick, thank you so much for joining us and congratulations. That was some second half comeback there.
It was, and I was quite a bit disappointed going at half-time 1-0 down because I don't really believe that we deserve to be one down. But all the credit to the players. We came back on the field with a really good attitude. We show our determination and we keep playing the same way in the first half. I think the tempo was a little bit more higher, and that the early goal in the second half built that confidence to go and try to get the win.
Wilf kind of gave us a half smile when I asked the question about what kind of half-time talk you gave, because we've all seen you play. I imagine it was fairly robust in terms of your messaging.
Not today, to be honest with you, because I didn't had very much to say in the first half. I was really pleased with the intention that we had. We wanted to play, but it was really difficult because they defended quite really well. I think for Wilfried was challenging. In the second half, he came a little bit more to play in between the line. He was a little bit more central, and that allowed him to combine with other players, and that was better for us. But in the first half, we tried, but it was difficult because they were defending well.
We felt as if your team, obviously first off, lacked that little bit of tempo, that little bit of urgency to move the ball quicker, to try and move them around. You did that straight away in the second half. Then we also felt as if you struggled to get in behind them. Yes, Wolves defended deep in numbers, but in terms of the second goal, that summed that up perfectly, where the way to pass, then the ball into Wilf to finish it off. And for us, I think that was the big change, the intensity and the energy and how you moved that ball quicker in the second half. You must have been delighted with that.
Yeah, really delighted, and we needed to keep the tempo higher, and I think physically they dropped a little bit, and that allowed us to play. But I think the biggest things in the second half was Wilfried and Michael coming back a little bit more centrally to combine, because we were a little bit lack of movement in the first half and we were a little bit static. Yeah. And when there were time for them to defend in the 1v1, I think they were solid and they make it really difficult. But in the second half, we had more tempo in the game and more movement around Edwards, and that allowed us to combine and to score those goals.
See, looking at your team, Patrick, I think I mentioned before the game, it's the first time in a long time I look at a Palace side and you've got 4, 5 match winners, potential match winners in your side, and that must be really, really encouraging. You're playing against a team who are finding it really difficult to get a goal this season, whereas I look at Palace and I can see goals throughout their team.
Yeah, and that's take away a little bit of pressure of Wilfried, and we have Michael can create in the last third, Eze, Jeff spending a little bit more time inside the box, and I think Edwards was fantastic today, the way he was linking his game. So we have players who are capable of scoring goals, and it's important for us is to build on those kind of performances, and for myself to be really demanding on them.
Patrick, you must have been happy. I spoke to you before about Eze, because wanted more goals from midfield, yeah. And that he makes the box. He makes it. Usually he would be on the edge of the box trying to receive the ball. It's a great ball from Elise, but you must be happy now Eze's starting to get the goals. Yeah,
we want him to get inside the box. He likes to come in the midfield and to link the game, but what we want from him is to score more goals and to be more decisive, and this is a challenge. We work with him. We try to put that in his mind to be there inside the box, because this is where he will score those goals that he did today, and it was really good for us.
Where realistically do you see your Palace side? You've got some really exciting young talent in there. You've got the experience of Wilf there now. Where is a realistic target for you guys this season?
The biggest challenge for us is to be consistent. You know, how can we build from that kind of performance? It's important is to keep working with those players, to keep challenging them. They've got talent, they've got quality, but it's not going to be enough, because we need those kind of performance, and what is really difficult is to repeat those performances. And we have support around this football club to allow them to make those kind of mistakes. We can see that Michael Olise is a special talent, but he still has to learn tactically the game, and when he will manage to understand that, he will be a better and more complete player. Yeah. But we have talent, yes.
Patrick, that's the one thing I was going to ask you, and I've mentioned, obviously, complimented you and the players in forward areas. But defensively, you talk about learning the game and knowing the game. The one thing that's clearly evident, when they lose the ball, they get back into their shape very, very quickly and protect the back four in particular.
Yeah, this is what we try to do, is play it really together. And Wilfried just said he has responsibility. He's a forward, but you know, a couple of times he didn't track the right back. But we want everybody to defend when we don't have the ball, and this is where we can build a good team.
Thank you so much, Patrick. We've kept you
Thank
quite a
you.
long time there, so I really appreciate your
Well
time
done.
and
Congratulations.
congratulations again.